ladies, welcome, welcome. So I want to run through a quick upper body and back routine for you. This is a great kind of get you going upper body routine. Should take about 15-20 minutes. We're going to go through 3 exercises in a circuit. So ideally you have a light set of dumbbells and or a band. You can do these body weight, but that means you're going to have to really work the isometrics, meaning you're going to be your own resistance. But anyway, let's start. We are going to start on the ground with what's called a pullover. So you're going to be on your back. Grab your weight. You can either hang on to it like that. You can hang on to it like that. You can even hold 2 weights together, which is how I'm going to demonstrate it. So laying on your back, contract your core, hands together, bring the weights towards the floor, nice and controlled, and back up. Should be feeling this in your lats, so those big muscles on your back. Going for 10. Sorry. This is 4. 5. You can have your elbows bent a little bit if you need to. You can do this on a bench. You can do this over a yoga ball if you want. It'll just add to the range of motion available and the challenge a little bit. I lost count because I was talking. Let's say this is 9. 10. All right. So typically when I'm doing this workout, in between each exercise, I pick some sort of relatively low impact cardio exercise. So either big jump rope, jog in place, you can do and some side stepping, whatever you want to do, just to kind of get the heart rate up a little bit, but without taking up too much energy for the rest of the workout. All right, so next we're going to come down onto the mat again. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Yes, we're coming down onto the mat again. This time, we're going to do push-ups. I'm going to demonstrate modified push-ups. So from your knees, you can do full push-ups. You can do tricep push-ups if you want, which is a close grip. But I'm going to do a standard push-up. So elbows coming back and at an angle. You don't want them like this. You want it more coming at an angle. We're going to do 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, coming back up. Let's do a little bit of cardio. I don't usually set a timer. I usually count in my head. If I'm going to jog in place, I like to do 30 with only counting one leg. Sometimes I do jump squats. Better. Sorry, my hair will fall if I jump too much. So anyway. All right, next. Grab your dumbbells. You can do this with a band too. It needs to be long and you'll anchor it under your feet. But we're doing bicep curls. So this weight might feel a little bit light for the bicep curls, which is fine because the other exercises, we need the lighter weight. So you just need to make sure you're really squeezing, giving a little bit of a pause at the top. We're going to go for 12 instead of 10. I'm not counting because I was talking, but I'm starting to feel it burn a little bit. So I'm guessing we're right about 10. 12. All right, back to our cardio burst here. And then we have one more exercise in the circuit before we start it all again. All right, next one, you can either do with the band or with the dumbbells. I'll show you with the band just so you can see it. It's a bent over reverse fly. So you're hinging, almost like you're going into a deadlift, and then you're opening, like you're opening your wings, like you're flying. If you're doing the band, I want you to do 12. You can have your hands positioned either way, either palms up or palms down. If you're using the dumbbells, this is actually a pretty challenging exercise. So you might find, depending on how heavy your weights are, that you can only get 8 out. That's fine. As long as it's a challenge, I'm cool with how many you get. I really need like a pitch counter because I never keep track because I'm talking. I think that might be 10. So we'll do 2 more. All right. Let's do a little bit more jogging in place. Like I said, you can do jump rope, whatever you want to do. Just a little something. So typically here, I'd give myself like a minute break and then go back through the same workout. I like to do 3 sets all together. It's a great full upper body. We're getting chest with the push-ups. We're getting lats with the pullovers. We're getting upper back with the reverse fly. We're getting biceps with the bicep curls, triceps with the push-ups. So it's a great full upper body routine. And if you're doing a full push-up, then you're getting some good core activation in there also. So let's start again. Pull over. I forgot for a second what we were doing. I'm going to demonstrate it with one weight this time. You can, like I mentioned, do this without any. You just need to really kind of, if you do it without any weights, you're going to try to smush your hands together and go nice and slow, add a pause, and come back up. As long as you're smushing your hands together, you are going to feel this. Okay? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, let's come back up. You also don't need to do the jogging in place or whatever in between. It's up to you. Gives yourself a little bit of a heart rate spike doing it, because strength training we don't necessarily get the heart rate increase. But like I said, it's up to you. What are we doing next? Push-ups. All right, down to the ground in your plank or modified plank position. Kind of try to settle your shoulder blades, and we're going for 6. 4, 5, 6. So the key with a push-up, go ahead and do your jogging in place. You want to make sure your whole body is coming down at the same time. And if one part goes before the other, ideally your chest is hitting before your abdomen. And if you can, when you're down at the bottom, just hold for a little pause to get a little extra stretch and activation of the pecs. I am pretty sure we did bicep curls next. I was trying to remember what order we did this, but we'll say we did bicep curls. You can rotate if that's more comfortable for you. So starting in a neutral grip and then rotate out as you come up. I prefer a straight bicep curl. It's a little less pressure on my elbow because I have a little bit of chronic tennis elbow. But if you do more of the the rotation, that's going to get a little bit more of the brachioradialis, which is one of those small muscles in your upper arm. think that's 10. I'm starting to sweat here. I'm sweating. I didn't turn on any fans because I didn't want the background noise. But I'm warm. I am warm. Okay, our last one is a reverse fly again. I will show it with the dumbbells this time. There is a way to do the pullover with the band also, which I'm just realizing I didn't talk about. So anyway, grab your dumbbells if you're using them. Otherwise, you can use the band. Hands kind of hanging underneath the shoulders, and you're opening wide. Try to move with slowness and intention. Try to give a little bit of a squeeze at the top. It can be very tough. These are small muscles. I did not pause there. That was terrible. I did these earlier today, so I'm a little tired. But I will tell you, if you need to, you can do one arm at a time. Still try to get as many as possible. Make sure it's the same amount on each arm. But you can do one arm at a time to give the other side a little bit of a rest. All right, we got one more round. I'm feeling a bit of a pump here. So that's good. So if you're going with heavier weights, which you can really for the pullover and the bicep curls, you could absolutely do heavier weights. You might need to bump down the number of repetitions. If you're using lighter weights, these are relatively light. I would be shooting for up to even 15 reps. You want to be able to feel by the last couple that you're like, oof, this is tough. And it doesn't really matter how many you're doing, as long as however many you're doing, when you get to the last couple, it's tough and you're feeling it and you're struggling a little bit. All right, let's get into our pullovers. So I'm going to show you with the band. So rather than squeezing your hands like I showed you last time, you're going to pull apart as you come up and down. You might need to rotate your wrists a little bit to keep more of a neutral grip, depending on your shoulder. Sometimes my right shoulder bothers me a little bit, so I need to keep more of a neutral grip. Helps get the shoulder joint in the right alignment. But not everybody has my problems. See, this is one of the benefits of having a physical therapist as your trainer, though. I can tell you all these tips and tricks to avoid injury so you can keep doing the work, but not have to worry about injuring yourself or modifying it so you can continue working out even if you do have some aches and pains. No idea. Let's say 9. Ooh, feeling it in the shoulders. Feeling it in the shoulders. Okay, can use a little bit of jogging in place. All right, let's come down for our bicep curl. No, push-ups. Push-ups. I didn't mention it, but make sure you're not crossing your feet. You want to keep them separated. So close grip push-up, keeping your hands closer together, right at the chest level, and keeping your elbows close to your chest, your rib cage. It just biases a little bit more towards triceps, but you're still getting chest. I think one more, although that may have already been 6. There we go. I actually did this exact circuit as my the first part of my workout this morning. I break my workout into, this is considered more of a metabolic conditioning circuit because we're doing back-to-back-to-back strength exercises with minimal rest, but it's not a HIIT circuit. We're not jumping, we're not getting a huge spike in heart rate. So it's more of a metabolic conditioning. Oh, bicep curls. So I usually structure my personal workouts with metabolic conditioning, whether it be upper or lower body, depending what day of the week it is. And then I go into a heavy strength set. And by heavy, I mean 5 reps is all I can possibly do. And I usually shoot for 4 to 6 sets of that, depending on how many reps I can do. And then I like to finish with an accessories / conditioning circuit. Usually a little bit of more core in the last circuit too. Once again, not counting. Let's say one more because I'm feeling the burn. Good. Whew. Yep, biceps are feeling it. So I'm just shaking it out a little bit. You can jog in place, jumping jacks, butt kicks. You know, you can even do walking butt kicks. You can do little side steps. Doesn't matter. Whatever, just to keep yourself moving. Okay, last set of reverse flies, and then we are done with this workout. All right, grab your weights, hinge, and let's take off. 5, I'm counting, 6, 7, and I mentioned you could do one arm at a time, so 8, 9. Make sure you're not turning your whole body. So shoulders should still be pointed towards the floor. 10. There you go. You did it. That is a pretty darn good upper body circuit for you. 4 moves. Should have only been about 15 minutes. And should be getting a little bit of a sweat, a little bit of a pump on, and feeling good and ready to go about your day. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.